Welcome to Go Home TV. Today I am so happy to be here with Teo Palmieri, the author of the new book, Keep It Real in Real Estate. Teo, welcome to Go Home TV. This is the real estate seller. We're in the basement.
Thank you so much for inviting me. I'm very excited to be here with you.
Yes, I was actually very excited to meet you. Can you please tell everybody about your real estate company, where you're from, and
Sure.
give us a little background?
I'm from Italy, born and raised in Rome, in Italy. I moved in the States 23 years ago. I lived 1 year in Los Angeles, 1 year in San Francisco, and then we moved here in Florida, Miami. So I moved here, and then I started to work in real estate in 2004. 2012, I started the company. I opened my company, Elite Ocean View Realty. At the moment, we have about 220 agents.
Wow.
And, we are expanding, we are growing, and
You're in a very international city. You speak lots of, 3 different languages.
I
right?
speak Italian and I speak English and Spanish, yes.
Yeah, so, all right, 3 languages. You're in an international city. Tell me about, and I think what our viewers want to hear about is, how is the market of international buyers that's coming into America, specifically Miami, and how are you capturing those buyers?
Basically, everybody's coming to Miami now. Miami, the city is very hot. A lot of buyers from New York, a lot of buyers from the United States, but a lot of international buyers. Everybody want to buy a property here for different reasons. It can be tax break, it can be a safe investment, especially for South American people.
Okay, so you're seeing a lot of South American people coming
here,
to South Florida.
Yeah. Not only South America, also
to protect their wealth.
To protect
their wealth. Yeah. What are you seeing them buy? Are they buying businesses, houses, commercial, residential? What are they buying?
Basically everything. It can be a commercial property, it can be a strip mall, residential.
A lot of that has to do with immigration rules,
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
Because if you can get immigration visas if you buy a business.
That's correct. If you buy a business, you can also get a visa, and it can lead, as a part to the citizenship.
Yeah, I've learned that was actually a very big thing. So you grew your agency to 220 agents,
yes.
Which means you do a lot of recruiting. Can you tell us how you did it? How did you grow your business to 220 people?
I start by myself, interviewing the agents, calling the agents if they want to join the company, and then I start to send it out postcard and to the new agents. I start to do some social media advertising about the company. So it's everything, you start by little by little, then you have the next idea, and you try to reach out to the agents.
I noticed that some of the agents on your site also speak many different languages.
Yes.
So it looks like you cater to the international crowd and the different.
Miami is very cosmopolitan city, so you find my agent. They speak. They are from Russia, from Venezuela, Colombia, Italian. They're from France. So
true melting pot.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a true melting pot. I talk about cryptocurrency on many of my podcasts and definitely many of my interviews. Has anybody offered cryptocurrency or Bitcoin to buy a piece of property?
And the answer is yes.
Okay.
I have a buyer approach me and say, hey, I'm willing to buy with a cryptocurrency if you have a seller that is willing to accept Bitcoin. The cryptocurrencies out there, meaning the buyers, they are willing to buy with this instead of cash with Bitcoin. The seller is not really, so far is not really into it. It become maybe in the future, but is there. There are some sellers that accept Bitcoin.
So let me ask you, when he said, are they willing to buy in Bitcoin? When you sell the property, if you price the property in American dollars,
right,
and you accept that amount of American dollars in Bitcoin, so like Bitcoin was at 60,000,
right.
And like now it's at 33,000 or something ridiculous today, or so 34,000. It's much lower. But if you're selling the house for just say $300,000, then you still have to give me $300,000 in Bitcoin, or was the buyer asking to buy in Bitcoin as the value of the currency?
As the value of the
value of the house.
So let's say $1 million property at the moment where the Bitcoin value is, we transfer that amount, to the seller.
Right. So I'll give you 6 Bitcoin.
whatever the value of the Bitcoin is at that moment. Quarter of Bitcoin is value $250,000. I give you one Bitcoin, buy $1 million property.
Right. Okay. So that's the difference. Is are you buying it and pricing it for Bitcoin, or are you pricing it for the American dollar?
You price for American dollars so far.
And the seller still is unwilling to take Bitcoin, even though they won't be losing any money.
The majority of the seller, they are experienced seller that they were dealing till now with the traditional method. The payment cash.
Yeah.
Cash
They
or
want
land.
money. Cash is
They want
king.
money. Yeah, correct. So this will change eventually in the future. I see this start to change, but it's
Not mainstream yet.
correct.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's not embraced. So tell us a little bit about your book, Keeping It Real in Real Estate.
Keep it real in real estate is a 7 way to to make it in real estate. I wrote a book with the idea to help agents that start in the business, because many agents that start in the business, they are afraid to approach people, to make the phone call, to prospecting. And that's really is the core of the activity of the real estate agents, prospecting and talk with the people. Instead, let's say they waste time, they spend time in preparing with the training, with the list, with the form, organizing, etc. My suggestion to the new real estate agent is to just do it.
Just do it?
Just to call the person.
So you're just stealing it straight from Nike. You're
Just
like,
call
no problem with that. You're like, hey, it's somebody else's slogan, but just do it anyway, right?
Do it anyway. We're gonna mess up anyway. Don't worry, but just do it.
Yes.
Call the prospect, call the buyer, call the seller, and you start from there.
So
you listen up.
don't be afraid.
Don't be afraid. Exactly.
Okay. Feel the fear. Do it anyway.
Do it
right?
anyway.
Yeah, do
Correct.
it anyway.
Yeah.
So that must have been what you did. Because you can't
That's
recruit
exactly correct,
220 agents
correct, yeah.
and start a brokerage in Miami and become that successful and then write your own book unless you didn't care about the fear. You're just like, there's nothing to be afraid of, right?
There's nothing to be afraid. I mean, you are out there. The people can feel what you're inside. So you talk with them, and if you're honest, ethical, you want to help them. They will feel.
People feel you.
Yeah.
They know when you're afraid. They know when you're confident. So I want to get back to feel the fear and do it anyway. Is it possible to get 200 listings in 30 days?
200 listings in 30 days.
200 listings in 30 days. Is that possible?
Well, anything is possible. Anything is possible. I don't want to say it's impossible. You have to work for it. But
you'd have to work for 200.
200 listing is going to be like 7 years.
One agent. How about that as a challenge?
200 listings in 30 days.
200 listings in 30 days.
That's a great challenge.
That's a great challenge.
Great challenge.
So, and that could be for a team.
Yeah, you can be,
right?
for a team, you have also, if you by yourself, you have to have somebody that help you.
All right, so where do you look for listings is where I was going with this.
Right now, I have a lot of referrals from past client, recurrent client, but we still do some, I have the office doing the phone calls. Sometimes I do phone calls also, reach out to the seller for sale by owner. And,
okay, so you cover the for sale by owners, you go for the expired.
I like to do the phone call, just, because I like to do it. So I don't do it all the time because I have the office doing for me, but yeah. So.
But when you tell your agents, who want to become listing agents, what's your advice to them?
One of the tools that we provide the agent with is the list of for sale by owner and expired. So we give it to them. Well, one of the training we have is how to make the phone call, how to approach the seller, how to set up the appointment, and then how to talk with the seller and eventually get the listing. And
what's your retention on your agents? How many of your agents become successful, stay in the business?
There is always a agent that come to the company and they move, but we've been growing steadily every year. So we add agent, we lose some agent because it's normal.
That's the business.
Yeah,
People come in, they go out. Yeah,
correct.
That's how it works, yeah.
We got agent from other companies, and some agent leave because that's the things. Some agents, they're not closing, and I want them to close something. This is why we also provide leads for rental leads, and some buyer and seller leads.
So you believe that rentals is a great way to start then?
It's something.
Yeah.
You want to keep the agent active, because if you have a new agent, you can't just tell, okay, find your buyer, find your seller, find your client. I want just to start right away. Immediately we send them like 15, 20 leads a day for rentals. And I have an agent that closed over $20,000 in rental leads in the past few months. So,
all right, I've been making this point for months now. I've been making this point on Go Home TV and on my state MLS that rentals, there's a lot of money in rentals if you do it right.
Yeah.
You can make a living off of rentals.
Absolutely.
Right? I know somebody, she's strictly a rental agent, but because she's a rental agent, she gets sales and buyers from her investors who she represents. Yeah. So she doesn't primarily do sales, but of course, when you deal with people who are investors who you rent their property for them, of course they're going to have a lot of properties that they buy and sell.
That's exactly the case for my agent. That now she's working with this this investor and prepare a contract for over $1 million. So if you start with something, it's a chain reaction. You gotta get something. But this is why I say just do it. Just start. You have the leads, the rental leads that we send it out to our agent. Start to call them. Start to learn the process, how to call the listing agent, how to set up the appointment, how to open a super lockbox, how to talk with the tenant, close the deal is a process. Now you know something, and eventually, this tenant become a buyer in the future, in the near future, can refer you another tenant. Another person want to rent, another person want to buy maybe.
It's a domino effect,
exactly.
right? It is a total domino effect. I mean, if you're a new agent and you're just starting out, rentals is a great way to do it. Now, we just started a new program on my state MLS for open rentals because a lot of MLSs, they don't let you put opens in. But because we're the New York State Multiple Listing Service as well as my state MLS, New York City's been using open rental listings forever. That's how the agents in New York start. They all start off as rental agents because there are so many people who need a place to live and there's so few places to live.
Yeah, that's
right. And that's what's happening in Miami now, right?
Exactly what becoming here in Miami now.
Right.
Actually,
coming to New York City.
To get a place to rent, you have to offer over the asking price, maybe sometimes a really lot over asking price, $1,000 over asking price to get the place. Because unfortunately, there's no inventory. There's no place to.
There's no inventory.
No inventory.
There's no place to buy. There's no place to rent. Very few places to rent. So how do you go about getting rental listings? How do you do it?
I have few rental listings again, from clients. I have now one rental is asking $5,000, $6,000, I believe.
For how many
I don't
bedroom?
do a lot of rental. It's a 3-bedroom. I don't have a lot of rentals, but for clients that I have, investors, etc., they ask me to rent a place. Yeah, we do it. We do it for them. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Right. So investors.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
So investors is how you would give out rental leads to your agents.
Correct. Then we advertise. We advertise all our listing that we have, and we give the list to the agents.
Yeah, I suggest that agents go to communities, buildings, and talk to property managers and find out if the property managers will let them advertise their vacant units. That's what they do in New York. And they have these huge buildings, right? And they have 200, 400 units turnover every month because they have thousands.
Correct.
To rent.
You're right. It's a good idea. Some property managers, they don't want you to advertise that their complex.
But some love it. Hey, you're doing the work for them. Why not?
The important thing is if you know about that complex, this is a good complex, a good building.
Yeah.
You can have all. I have an agent rent 3 floors in one complex.
In one complex.
They rent a lot of units over there because she knows that it's a great complex. And every time she has a lease, direct, present the property, they love it, and did a lot of rental there.
Right. So, and rentals is a great way to make money in between closings.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Right. So it's a really good way to do that. So, and rentals is a really great way to transition to purchase, because a lot of those people who want to rent something, like in a year, they become buyers.
That's correct.
Because they really wanted to buy in the first place.
That's correct. Yeah, maybe they're preparing their credit. They're waiting for a bonus to raise. They need to prepare another year tax return. They're preparing to buy.
Or maybe they just didn't find the thing they liked. Or maybe they're moving from out of the area and they want to rent for a while
correct.
Until they find their game. And if you help them get into a rental, they're going to use you as their buyer's agent.
Absolutely.
They also have stuff to sell too, because a lot of those people who want to rent, some of them are bailing out because of the high prices. They're like, wow, I bought this thing in 1972 for $50,000 and I could sell it today for $1.5 million and retire. Who wouldn't do that? So, well, where am I going to go? I mean, I'll just rent somewhere, right?
Right.
So, well, let me find a rental before I sell my house because they don't want to be homeless. So they go and find that rental. And if you help them, maybe they'll have you list their house for them.
Absolutely, yeah. And the goal is,
Yeah, it's just a snowball effect.
It's a domino effect. The point is, to stay in touch with them, because you don't want to take it for granted they are your client, and then, they reappear, they call you after 1 year. Just stay in touch. Send some update on market updates, newsletter, phone call once in a while.
That's the key.
Yeah.
Stay in touch with your clients because your clients are going to be your future business. The people who've been in this forever, they go back to their client well all the time. So when you ask somebody who's been in the business for a really long time, where do you get all your stuff from? Oh, I've got referrals, I've got my pipeline. Yeah, they got 20 years worth of pipeline. If you're just starting out, you've got to start that pipeline, but you have to cultivate that pipeline over time. Those people will come back to you and they'll have friends and they'll recommend you. So I think it's something that's, something that a lot of agents, I think, take for granted, maybe.
Maybe. Some agents, they come with in the business with the wrong mentality. The mentality that, you have to hand it to them. Mm-hmm. So give me a tenant, give me a seller, give me a buyer, I'm here. What
they want a lead, right?
They don't want to do...
they want the leads. They got to have the leads.
They want basically the job done. They don't want to, but it's all about database, and I believe that all agents, they have a huge database that they can use. The only thing that they don't think about it. I was at home, and...
They're afraid to ask their friends and their families because they don't want to impose, right?
Yeah, my kids are 10 years old. I don't know nobody. Yeah, you're in the PTA, a lot of people there. So that's some, people...
Got a network.
Correct.
Do you use a CRM?
Yes, absolutely. We use more than one. We use
okay,
2 or 3.
What's your favorite one?
Yeah, we use a Real Geek as one of the that we use.
Oh, the Real Geeks.
Yeah, Real Geeks, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I know who the Real Geeks are.
Yeah.
I've done some blog posts for them and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, we have one of the website we have is with Real Geeks, and we use their CRM, yeah.
Okay. And when you use the CRM, I love when people get the CRM and they never fill anything out, and then they go, oh, the CRM didn't work for me?
Exactly. It's like you have...
Well, did you put anything in it? Of course, you can't just buy the CRM. You have to put something in it.
Correct. It's like having a Ferrari you never drive. So, it doesn't work.
Yeah, I didn't put any gas in it, so my Ferrari doesn't work. Okay.
You have to fill it out with the data, the clients, and then you have to schedule the drip mail, and then, you
have to do something. Right? Like this is a lot of work. I think people think that they're going to get into real estate and it's just going to be easy. Correct. And they're going to do a sale and then that sale and they're going to make gazillion dollars and that's it, because that's what they see from real estate agents. But all the real estate agents that I know that are successful, they wake up real early in the morning.
Right.
Maybe they go to the gym, they get ready, but they start working early and they work till late and they work on weekends and they work nights and they pick up their phone all hours of the day, whenever their client needs them, and they drop everything to show a house or to go take a listing, because that's what the most successful ones do. This is not very easy job. So, you have to be committed.
Yeah, that's correct. You're absolutely right. Some agent, they think, like I can work, I have flexible hours. They mistake that flexible hour with don't do anything. So, from 9 o'clock till 5, I don't do anything, and then I do later. You have to have a schedule in place. Right. You have to know exactly what to do every time of the day and during the week. So Monday is dedicated to, phone call. Tuesday dedicated to appointment. Wednesday you contact previous client and customer, something like that.
Treat your life like a schedule. Schedule everything in. Yeah. Schedule in all your work stuff. Schedule in your workouts. Schedule in the time with your family. Schedule everything so that you have time and that you know that it's time to do that now. Okay, it's time to make that call today. It's time to fill out my CRM today because my calendar went off and told me so because I put it in there. And I think that the people who are the most effective are able to schedule out their day and know exactly what they're doing. Now, it doesn't mean they're not going to be completely inflexible. I mean, if something good comes along and they have to reschedule, of course, they're going to take that opportunity. But, I think the most successful people that I've found, they schedule.
Absolutely, yes. This is one of the things that I talk about in the book. And one of the things that I explained to my agent, we have a crash course last week, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, 3 days. And I explained them, about the power of having a schedule and know exactly what to do every time of the day and every day of the week.
And when you do your recruiting of agents, how important is this training to the agents that you recruit? What part of the percentage of the factor they go, well, I'm going to go with you as my broker because of the training?
It's very important. I believe all the agents that decide to join our companies because of the training and the support. Very important. The very important thing, the support. When you have a question, I'm there for the agent, and also the office there, to answer any question they have. There are some agents, I would say, there's a percentage of agents they're looking only at the split, commission split.
Right, but those are experienced agents usually, right?
Even inexperienced agents, even new agents.
Even new agents.
Even new agents. The majority of the new agents, they care about.
But how many of those agents that just care about the split are just having you hold their license for them? And don't really expect to do the work.
I never hire a new agent that prioritize the split, because I tell them, listen, there are other companies that pay 100%. You got 100%, and they offer basically zero. And this is why they give you everything.
Right.
But 95% of the agents that we recruit, they came with us, because of the training
to be successful.
Yeah, correct.
And that's why you wrote this book, right?
That is why I read the book. Yeah.
And how do I get this book?
How you get this book? You can find it on Amazon.
Oh, okay. You have it on Amazon.
Yeah.
And is it available in a Kindle? Is there a digital version?
Not yet in Kindle, but we're working on that. But you can find it
on the digital version.
Yeah.
And your suggestion to new agents, what if you had to say, other than get over the fear, for them to be successful, other than the fear and the mindset, what is the big takeaway from this book for a new agent?
From the book? There's a lot of things out there. We talk about, prioritize, the schedule, don't have a fear, just do it. Do the training, of course,
to take the training.
Take the training.
Don't skip the training.
Don't skip the training, but at the same time, do the work. And watch what other agents doing. I still watch what other broker they're doing. Maybe I take some from one broker, I tweak a little bit, and I make it better in my opinion. I don't know, it's working for the other brokers. I see the right idea out there, but you watch what the other do, what the successful people do, and you can find maybe your next successful idea.
Okay, great. Thank you for coming in. I really appreciate talking to you. I had a lot of fun today, and best of luck to you in the future with all the recruiting that you do.
Likewise. Thank you so much for inviting me. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Elite Ocean View Realty